Hi guys, welcome to Digital Dubai, an exclusive digital marketing channel from the UAE. It's me Munir with Najam Ahmed, an expert in the digital marketing world. Now, to step into that, what are the essentials to be there? Like, what are the important elements where you should have to get into the digital marketing scenario? Let's see.
Right. The first thing I think is to have an online presence. You need to have an online identity in order to start.
Okay.
Means it is better to have a website, a professional looking website.
See now, the biggest question here:
Yeah.
should I have a website, or I can have a Facebook page, I can have an Instagram page because it's all free? Why not?
Yes,
Why,
like,
I can start
see,
with my business. Many of them are like, even I can see many of the people who are selling their churidars and garments and materials and all
Right,
those things
right,
online
right.
without even having an address,
Okay.
but only having a Facebook page. Many of them are doing.
Okay, like the problem is, okay, when we think about our business, we think about long run success, right? We are not thinking about a year or two, right? The businesses last normally for the lifetime. So when we are just relying on Instagram or just a YouTube channel or just a Facebook account, right? What is the problem we normally face? That this is something, it's temporary, right? It is, remember, like if we talk about MySpace, if we talk about Friendster, High Five,
Yeah.
they're all gone.
Orkut,
right?
Orkut was there.
Orkut as well, right? So even if we are relying on such channels, by the way, when we sign up, we normally forget that there are big terms and conditions, and we said I agree, right, without even
I agree
realizing, like I agree if you are going to delete my page after a while, right?
I agree for everything, and
Everything,
especially
exactly.
in the social media scenarios, we have seen that the privacy, policies and
Right,
privacy
right.
cases have been happening, all around the globe.
So in that way, like we might lose. I remember when I started my first website on GeoCities in 1999, right?
Okay.
And in 2004 or 5, Yahoo acquired GeoCities, and they said, okay, we are going to delete all those pages that are hosted on geocities.com. So I lost my website.
Yeah, which happened to Hotmail.
Right.
It's
Exactly.
the taking over of the big companies by the competitors or
Right.
other companies are very
So
common nowadays.
I think when you have a website, it lasts until your business lasts.
Okay, now the first point is having a website for your company or your business is important. The bottom line. You may have a Facebook page, you may have your Instagram page, a LinkedIn page, or whatever you call, Twitter, anything if you have, but still it's always recommendable to have your own website in place, that is your online identity. Okay, to have an online identity and to have a proper website, what are the essentials? One is you should have a domain name. You know that www.abcd.com, www.alwafagroup.com, www.muniralwafa.com, whatever you call, it's the brand or it's the identity which you're going to create by yourself as your own. All right, so that will last minimum of 1 year, maximum of 10 years at one time. For example, if you have a domain name www.abc.com, you can register it for 1 year and the maximum of 10 years period. Then after every year you can renew it. You can keep it in auto renewal or you can keep on renewing it. It may cost you kind of $10, $20, $30, whatever, it depends on the
Right.
provider, and you can get it from the local authorities also. .ae is there, .com is there, .net is there, .org is there, and .in is there for Indian community. I mean Indian country based domains, and there are top level domains and there are country based domains, there are industry based domains, there are .travel is there. There are so many different kinds of domains are available in the market. You can go to sites called GoDaddy, and there are many kind of sites available for having it.
Yes, even beside the domain name, we also need the hosting
Yeah,
space.
of course.
as well.
You should have a hosting. Hosting is like your server wherein your site's files are to be put in, kept or stored, wherein whenever someone types a www on the browser, the files are fetched to the browser. That is hosting. Okay. Then you should have of course, the business email addresses. Email addresses are important. I'm talking very, very silly and very simple things because this is the way you have to grow, your business. You may be a millionaire or billionaire, but at the end of the day, you may not have a proper, know-how on these things. So you have to depend on something.
Right.
When you depend on any other company, it's always important to have a know-how, a basic knowledge of what is a domain. If they say a domain is costing 500 dirhams or 1000 dirhams, you can say no. I can avail it online with just a couple of 30 or 40 or 100 dirhams. Whereas when you say you need to have different hosting. For example, if your website is very simple, a 5-page, 10-page normal informative website, then you can have a hosting about yearly 500 dirhams, 600 dirhams or 1000 dirhams maximum. It's a shared hosting can be done. If you have a little bigger website where you are e-commerce and much larger files and so many pages, or then you can go for a VPS, a virtual private server. Or still, if you have more number of pages and huge traffic coming up, then you can go for a dedicated server. So different servers are available. So when someone recommends you, this is the server, you have to ask for a recommendation from the experts who are really into this industry.
Okay.
That's the thing. Then once you have your domain, your hosting, everything, then you should design your pages. This has to be done. Either you can do it by yourself, DIY, or so many are available. You can go to WordPress.org, WordPress.com, and you can go to Wix.com, and there are so many things are available where you can go sign up and do your website free. You can just design and do this. But at the same time, you can go and do it with experts, where if you are really, really serious about your business, and if you want to try and trial and error kind of a thing, you can go to Wix and all those things, and you can register and you can do the business. Still, that works a lot.
But in order to have a professional website, it makes more sense because we are doing business, a serious business, in order to attract the right people. And even sometimes we need to customize it. And as a beginner, sometimes it's difficult to come up with some advanced look and feel of the website, some very professional look and feels. For that, it's better to hire some local web design agency who can.
Yeah, why the professionals? Because, for example, you do a WordPress website. You just start as a simple WordPress website,
right,
and you start your business growing through that. See, when you are really going for a WordPress website, for example, WordPress websites are very simple and easy to use and very interesting. And there are so many other sites where, like Theme Forest,
yes,
and where you can find out so many,
TemplateMaster.com is there, right?
So many templates are available. See, the good thing is it's very easy, very simple, and very interesting to work on it once you understand the technology. And the bad thing is, if you are going for a simple website for a while, it's fine. But really, when you are serious in your business, when you start updating your contents and everything, then you should be serious about it, because you should have SSL certificate to be applied on the site. Then you must have the plugins to be used very properly, because so many plugins are available in the market.
You're right.
When you go to these sites, and when for example, I need to integrate my payment gateway, I need to integrate certain things on the site. So I need to see that what you call the slides. Then you have to implement a lot of templates.
Right.
But what happens is, these templates and these plugins are a bit dangerous. Choosing the
right,
plugin, because it may cause the security issues.
Exactly. Yes, you're right.
So security is foremost and very important. Why? Because after a certain limit, when your site grows, when the people have started watching your site and visiting your site, when you started getting the inquiries on your site, you have to be serious.
Exactly.
Because that's a tool. That is your office online. That is a place where you are really creating your inquiries. For example, you do your Google advertisement, as you said, and you do your Facebook advertisement. End of the day, everything comes and accumulate into the website.
Right.
And your website is the place where you can do the CTA, the call to action, either by clicking on the number or on the message WhatsApp or on the chat box, or anything.
Yes.
Okay. So once you have, so the bottom line is having a website with the domain name, hosting, and the WordPress or whatever this, and themes, and set the website is ready. After having the website, or during the time, you should have your emails ready.
Yes, this
because
is
your emails are important.
right.
For example,
Right.
for example, so I'll have Munir at the rate of alpha.group.com.
Makes
This is
sense.
very simple.
Right.
So it can be done in different ways.
Yeah.
For example, you can have it with a local agent like GoDaddy. You can go to GoDaddy and register and do it, or you can go to any other sites and do it. And you can have it with Google,
Right.
not at the gmail.com,
Like G Suite.
but G Suite.
right.
G Suite is very, 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 if you go for $72 per year, you can get one email ID. Okay, that is very important. Along with that, you can get so many other things, tool and Hangouts and all those things. A company can have a network,
exactly.
access through all those things.
Makes
Those
sense.
are very important things. Then again, you can have Microsoft Office 365, which is another bundle of having our emails and all
Right.
those things ready.
Right.
So, and always keep in mind when you do your domain registration, you have to be always worried about your ownership.
Exactly.
If you
Yeah,
know the
that's a good
company,
point. Yeah.
if you know the company, fine. For example, I know the company, I know the gentleman, I can trust him, then you can keep it with him.
Right.
Otherwise, if you are doing with a freelancer, or if you are doing with someone you don't know, or properly you don't know, and it's not an established, then you always keep in mind that this domain name must be registered under your name. For example, there was one incident for a long time when I came here in Dubai. There was one popular jewelry. The name was whatever, the jewelry name was .com. And this guy was a freelancer who registered the domain under his name. And he was claiming about 50,000 dirhams.
Oh,
If you want to, get your domain, back, you have to pay this money. There are so many, things happening around, because that is why I am telling you should have a proper knowledge on these things.
Exactly.
Okay.
Makes sense, right? So that's why even I was telling, I was discussing this, that it is better that you hire somebody in the beginning at least to develop your website, to these technical things for you, and then you can then start learning some of the basics of WordPress, and then you can start.
Okay, that's good. See,
Yeah.
for example, the simplest question comes up. If I have my website,
Right.
if I want to keep on updating my product, my services and my branches, my details and my blogs, my testimonials and everything can be updated on a website.
Right.
See, is it possible that I can do myself?
Yes, definitely.
This is what is called CMS.
Yeah, exactly. Like WordPress is something, it's very friendly, it's very user friendly, but you need to learn some of the basics about it. So
Yeah, that even that means, if you do with a professional company, they will definitely assist you in updating your contents using CMS or content management system.
Right.
So when you go to a company, you ask if the site is CMS based.
Yes.
Okay. Number two, look at your mobile, and see that website is coming properly and sitting or fixing,
It's responsive in
fitting
design.
properly,
Yes.
which is responsive. So two things are important. It should be a CMS website and it should be a responsive website. So, because whenever and wherever, however, you do any online marketing,
Right.
having the website properly seen on the mobile is important, because Google always supports the mobile version of the website.
Exactly.
If your website is not mobile friendly, if your website is not SSL certified, that means whenever you go to any website, when you browse through www.abc.com, you see before that address bar, in the address bar before the name, you can see not secure.
Not secure. If
Nowadays.
this is not SSL certified, right?
Otherwise, HTTP, yes, you can see that S means secured website. So, what you need to say is your website, you have to check whether your website is SSL certified. Number two, your website is mobile friendly. And your mobile is fast downloading. The speed is very important.
Very important,
also.
no doubt.
So why I'm telling all these things, these are the three major, elements or, understanding things which you must take into account.
Right.
That when you go to a professional website designer or when you go to a company, you must ask, I need these things to be done. When you talk to them like this, they will take care of you.
Right.
Because they understand this guy knows,
Exactly.
all these things.
And when it comes to a mobile friendly website, by the way, it's not about Google issue only, right? It's not about like Google will not rank it better, but even whenever somebody is visiting that website directly, and if they have to pinch it or they have to zoom it, nobody likes zooming and pinching these days, right?
I'll tell you a proper example.
Yeah.
See, you are sending an email to your clients. For
Right.
example, you are sending a bulk mail or you are sending a WhatsApp message
Right.
with your website name.
Link,
You may
yes.
be in the car or you may be even at home, even in the
Right.
office. People normally like to have mobile because 85+% of people are using the mobile device. Okay, when you click on that particular website,
Right.
if the website is not mobile friendly, I want to know under the services or the contact page. If I go to under services, the drop down menu will come. When you have the drop down menu, you have to zoom it to see. Normally, the old websites, that means that site is not responsive.
Not responsive.
Whereas the new sites will come, you can just click on the buttons.
Right.
That's how it comes. So let's see how it works. Thank you so much for watching the show. If you really like the show, please subscribe us to get more updates and press the bell button to get the notifications.